Hi, this is Jack Stanley, and I wanted to talk about imagination. Imagination is an important part of our lives, and so often we don't give it much thought, if you'll pardon the expression. In schools, we seem to go out of our way to discourage imagination. We have a tendency of putting people in compartments to basically make everyone fit and conform. That's the worst thing you could ever do to a child, I think. One of the most important things you can do to a child is foster imagination. Allow them to dream, allow them to think. We forget the fact that the world we live in is due totally to imagination. The world that we have created is because of imagination. Why don't we start encouraging it in school? Why don't we have classes on imagination? You know, think of the future. We always talk the future, the future. Well, the future is due to imagination. It's not due to cold, hard science. It's due to imagination, the very thing that makes so many people thrive. Think of the world without our Edisons or Einsteins or Teslas or, Madame Curie's and so many others. Go back in the history of man and think of all the great innovators, thinkers, dreamers, philosophers. It's all imagination. And imagination is one of the greatest resources that we have. And as I said before, we seem to go out of our way to push it out of the way. Computers, television, video games, and the like have kind of taken a lot of imagination away. We have forgotten so much. Radio is such a wonderful thing. Years ago they called that theater of the mind, and there's a lot to that because it allowed you to imagine as you listened. If you do get a chance, listen to some old radio shows, perhaps listen to the Jack Benny program and listen to Jack Benny go into his vault. It would take 10 minutes. And imaginations would go wild as he worked his way through the moats, by the alligators, by the guards, by the various booby traps. It was fantastic. So if you see your kid daydreaming, let him. If kids are in school and they have lots of fantasies and ideas, let them. The future is a scary place, but it'll be less scary if we have more people with imagination in it.